Can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. But first of all, let me know, how are you lovely, sexy looking people doing? Oh, did I miss you? I always miss you, right? And what a good day it is. What a good day it is. The market seems it could be turning around. What we're going to talk about in this episode is Shahid, my soul brother is here. Happy New Year to you, my friend, my dear friend. So what are we talking about today? Well, I thought, I know we're in the first week of January, but I did some staking. We always collect our staking rewards. I do that for Betty. And I did that in December, so I thought I wanted to share, because it was actually quite a good month for Betty. So we're going to go over, and I'm going to show you how we collected some staking rewards from Synthetics, Karura, and from PancakeSwap. Altogether, it made me. Remember, I own nothing, and I'm pretty happy. Betty, 4,700 from Synthetics, only $537 from Karura, and $5,060 rewards in the month of December from Pancake. Now, the interesting thing about this is, if you hold the staking rewards, I'm going to go over it, and really it's going to be a tutorial how we did this. But if you would hold them and they will go up to their previous all-time highs, this 10,000 could go up to 150,000 in case we would see previous all-time highs. So that's what we're going to talk about. I think this, if that's okay with you. So let's go back. But as you know, if we're really going to see the all-time highs, and it looks like the markets is good, it's not looking bad, right? That would be money for Betsy. Anyway, I think we need to start, and it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, well then do me a favor, hit, smash, and subscribe, so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Harachi, and I run the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. Anyway, just a quick sip here. There are some good things going on, but let's first here look at the big four. Other the top four, but anyway, we're looking at the 15 minutes, and remember here, charting is fun. Anyway, Bitcoin at 17,214, and it's up 1.4%, right? And what do we have? We have Ethereum up 4% at 1,321, and then we got Cardano up 8%. Now that is good to hear. That is finally. And then we got Polkadot at 4.9, up 3.2%. When we look at the correlation, I know you got me a little bit in the middle. Yeah, of course, as always, a little bit. No, I would say I like it. I like it when you see. Just a brief look. You can see we are seeing volume increase in Cardano. Not a bad thing, right? And also in Bitcoin. And Polkadot seems to be a little weak on the volume side. But nevertheless, an update. And it was quite interesting. I remember when we did the charting here last week, and I was showing the monthly chart with the 7-day. And he said, it's funny. Yeah, it is hilarious. Couldn't stop laughing about that. Nevertheless, remember, I'm not a technical specialist and never claimed to be one. However, what I do always like to point out is when we look at the weekly with the 7-day moving average, because it has had some magic to it almost. And it's why not keep things simple if you can. Now, first of all, you can see here, right here on this side, right, we're seeing the volume increase compared to everything we see here. And usually that is a good sign once we are seeing volume really increase, and that usually kind of has, could smell. You smell a rat? No, maybe I smell a bull. It could have good implications. You never know. It could also be that this will go down to, it will be, basically further down to the 12, to the 8. But if we really have to zoom out here in order to see that last week we did actually, which was yesterday, right? We did close pretty good above the 7-day moving average. Now, no, it doesn't I would like to say, I told you so. I told you so. I don't even think I did. I might have thought it would, but because the reason why I thought is because the last 3 weeks we were kind of getting above. But yesterday we had a clear cut, and it was actually over the weekend. If we just want to look at the daily, it was actually over the weekend that we really saw movements picking up, right? And actually, okay, this today, but no, so not a lot of, we could not say impressed by volume, but today we are. Nevertheless, so when we look at the weekly, just wanted to point out we have closed above, and we are trading above. So it could be what do we call it? It could be a dead cat bounce, or just be nothing. But that leads me to, I think, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is the same, obviously. Anyway, not so much charting. You want to look at charting and understand the markets. You remember where you go. You go to Traders Reality. But now I think it's time that we say hello, because we got things to do. I want to see who is here on the littlest channel on the interweb. So who is here? We got Steve Webb. How are you doing? Crypto Charlie. Crypto Charlie. Where's Blockchain Bully? Shahida, meet my soul brother Queen. You are here. Good to see you. Lots of love to you. And we got Keish Katz. Katja Katz. Kaz Katz. I don't know how to pronounce. I hope I do it right. And we got New Stealth Dan 07. How are you doing? Kevin Force. Hope you're all looking lovely, especially you, Crypto Stan. I like your new haircut. And we got Vax 989. How are you doing, my dear friend? And in case we didn't see each other before this year, Happy New Year. In case we never met before, well, I'm happy you are here. And we got Delina Amadason. How are you doing? Good to see you. Could be bait, could be a trophy bass. Yeah, we have to see. What do you say, Solona Puri? Good to see you. Sexy looking kitty there. Anyway, guys, today it is staking and farming. It has its I don't know what to say. It can be a little bit complicated, right? It's nice to talk about the rewards that we made, but I am gonna go in and show them. We're also gonna look at what the permanent loss could have been and so on. But we do that after the news, because we need to go over. There's some good news these days, and that makes me so happy that finally something is moving. Yeah. So when I say good news, I don't know if the news are that great, but of course, we are playing here a little. This might be better. Not like that, yeah. So you can see this lovely looking fella. Where's Betty? Anyway, first things first. Bitcoin historical corrections. Well, it looks to me that this third one that we are in was the second longest. It was very much competing. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Dev Battle. It looks like it could turn into the longest. And if we are going to see a further crash, not a crash, but a further continuation of the bear market, and we would hit the 12,000, which I actually had predicted should be in December. However, in December, we only saw 15,000, and that would have equaled 77% discount, you could say, from all-time high. So let's see, keep an eye open. But it's always like that. It could go up and could go down, right? But CBDC regulation, no CBDC news today, and thank God for that. So I'm going to run over a few news. Hong Kong, they want to become the crypto hub despite industry crisis. You see, when you ask me, there is a crisis in terms of pricing, but I wouldn't say there's there are a few dirty, bad apples, right? And, they're going to disappear. But I certainly believe and think there is no crisis here. If we compare it to other bear market that we have seen, right? The technology was no way as advanced, or neither did we see huge conglomerates or basically all, traditional enterprises entering into the blockchain as they are doing right now. So, I think, and I think it's good. I don't know if Hong Kong is being seen as a little bit of an offshore, even though it's not offshore, right? It's very much belongs to China, but let's see. We wish them lots of luck and great success. then yeah, there's a lot. There's one thing that is really also annoying me a little bit. This is all this exploitation and yeah, what we exploitation, what we have seen from so many platforms. And I also have to say, Betty, she got caught up good in that, right? Not me, not me. So I actually, I mean, maybe we also took some hits, right? Mostly in stablecoin. We took stable Luna. We didn't lose anything on FTX, but then we lost a little bit on some other exchanges. I am gonna make actually a video about that because a lot of things has been good, but also a few things has been almost worse than one could expect. So here, the Nomad exploit wallet address transfers 1.5 million to Tornado Cash. So an address related to the 190 million exploit has moved 1.5 million in Ether to the sanctioned crypto mixer Tornado Cash. So basically what they are is the hacker, he's trying to see if he can get some of that lovely coins from the right pocket over to the left pocket without. And let's see. I mean, there are two ways of looking at it, right? If you are good enough to hack a protocol, well, then you deserve it. On the other hand, there's also the moral in it. I don't know what you think about it, but one thing that is good, it's not good for the overall industry that every fucking second DeFi platform is being fucking hacked. Now that's something that I'm really angry about. And that is something that those fucking devs, they're saying they're doing the Lord's work. They're doing shit work. That's what they're doing. And actually, they are spreading, if anything, this is which could prolong the bear market. Now, I'm sorry for having a little burst out, but it's also because fuck those DeFi platforms and those protocols. If those devs, they can't do something proper. Yeah, really. Anyway, Wire imposes up to a 90% withdrawal limit for all users. Well, there's also lovely shit news here. But crypto payment platform Wire, yeah, from Swire, right? Modified its withdrawal policy to limit users from cashing out up to 90% of their assets. So congratulations, you dumb fucks. You can get 10% if you're lucky. However, just days after two former employees allegedly hinted at the possibility of a shutdown. Also, listening to some, worms about Binance, I still don't want to believe that, but, you gotta take precautions, I suppose. Anyway, on January the 7th, Wire imposed a withdrawal limit on its platform, citing the best interest. I love it, yeah. Citing the best interest of our community. That's basically like saying, fuck the community. Following the policy modification, Wire users can withdraw up to 90% of the crypto funds as the company explores strategic options to circumvent the prolonged bear market. Yeah, anyway, I hope you're not in Wire. Now, here's a funny thing. And I don't know why. Maybe you know. Happy New Year to you, my dear friend Boris and Trending Tube. Formula One. So I was not aware. So Ferrari, they're cutting ties with crypto sponsor ahead of 2023 Formula One season. Now, I'm neither a big Formula One fan, but since Crypto Dima, he thought that this should be the news of the day. Maybe because it seems that the Scuderia Ferrari, the racing division of luxury car maker Ferrari, has joined a growing list of Formula One racing teams to end partnerships with the cryptocurrency sponsors. Does any one of you know why are we seeing traditional companies, or is it just a Formula One? Does it have something to do with Formula One is fossil fuel driven and not very green? Could it have something to do with that? Anyway, let me know. So Ferrari exited its multi-year partnership deals with Velas blockchain and chip manufacturing giant Snapdragon, resulting in a 55 million loss for the Italian team ahead of 2023. Well, I can tell you, Ferrari, they'll find some other sponsors. You don't need to worry about them. If anything, we should worry maybe more about Velas blockchain and Snapdragon. Anyway, and you are so right, Cuts. Keep your crypto in your own wallet. Exchanges can't be trusted, and also not these DeFi protocols anymore, as we have seen, right? That is unfortunate. Let's go and look a little bit some news around the globe. What do we say? Jack Ma to give up control of fintech giant the Ant Group, right? Alibaba and the 40 thieves. And in this case, probably the 40 thieves are the government, right? Anyway, so Jack Ma is expected to relinquish, what a difficult word, most of his voting rights at the financial technology Ant firm Ant Group as the company restructures in line with the regulatory crackdown, right? So a statement from the company on Saturday indicated that Ma's previous control of more than 50% of voting rights should be reduced to 6.2. Well, happy New Year to you too, Jack. Hallelujah, 6% from 50. Anyway, here's a big hug, and here's some other news here, right? So who would have thought that, well, thank God China reopened, but they reopened borders after 3 years of COVID isolation. I was not, there's some things I feel that I'm pretty on top of, right? I mean, all those gay rights and trans rights and trans parties in the United States. I tend to be very much on top of those. But when it comes to China reopening after 3 years, I gotta say I was not aware that it took 3 years. Poor people. Anyway, so, well, people will no longer have quarantine on arrival, but a negative COVID test. Yeah, okay. The change has led to long queues at Hong Kong airport as people take the chance to finally travel to the mainland. Mainland, here we come. Let's go. Gets a few, COVID tests in the right pocket and the left pocket, and off we go. 300,000 bookings from Hong Kong to mainland China have already been made, according to media in the city. Yeah, man. I mean, wow. I mean, if you haven't seen your family for 3 years, it's tough. Anyway, guys, and that leads me to what we actually are going to talk about today, and that is, how did Betty make 10,000 in the month of December? And we're going to go through that. I just want to see. So, don't steal. The government hates competition. And Dev Patel, is it Dev Patel? Negative PR and association if, FTX, that could also be, probably, negative PR, publicity. I think you could be right, or maybe so you're not so much for the fossil fuels and going green, huh? Okay, guys. So I made a video. I just want to say, in case you just joined the little stream here, please give me a like and a subscribe and all them goodies, right? Then you do the Lord's work. In the month of December, I always collect staking rewards for Betty, and also remember, it's not financial advice. I always collect them once a month, and that's a bit of sometimes I forget, and sometimes I don't forget. But it's in the last few months. I also have to say, since we've seen the bear market, the staking rewards obviously have not been what they used to be, right? So they've and also because so many DeFi platforms have been hacked and been fucked, it was better to get them out. But there are a few, and these are the ones that I kind of trust, I have to say. And until now, we've been lucky there. So we're going to go through Synthetics, Karura, and PancakeSwap. And just so you can see here, it was so in the month of December, 4,800 from Synthetics, 537 only from Karura, and 5,060 from Pancake. Now there's a little trick here and there, as you would see. Yeah, so let's go over. I made a little movie, and we will go, not a movie, I just recorded screen recording, so I don't have to stand and do this here, right? And make a fool out of myself. So, I'm right, I'm actually here, so down here wait, let me just, no, I'm not here. Second, I'm coming. Here I am. So there we go, and then let's make that movie from the beginning. So as you can see, we are on PancakeSwap, and then I'll go in, and you see where I said there's a little bit of not a trick, but what I had done is that we had committed a certain amount of cakes. Oops. We had committed a certain amount of cakes for 6 months lockup. So it was not a flexible lockup. And here on the 3rd of, it was actually in December, I think, or end of December, the beginning of January, it was over. And so what we did was we went in there, and then you can see we had to unlock them. And I think that already been for 3 days. So and in case you have done that, you better remember, because after a certain amount of time, then they will start even burning some of your. So what you have to do is that you have to convert to flexible. That means that you're taking them out of this locked staking. And the reason why we staked locked was because I actually kind of thought we were gonna go down, and why not just lock them in and get some staking rewards. It goes super quick on Binance, I have to say. And then as we unlock them, they just go into flexible staking. And as you can see here, with flexible staking, you earn 2.3%, which is not a lot. But all the cake staked was only 4,152, which equals around 11 or 12,000 USD. Let me just see. There's not so much there to say about that. I did not lock them in for Betty. Let's see. So right now they're just staking at a 2.3%. Then now we're gonna get to I just wanna move on to how did we. No, let's move on. Now we are going to remove liquidity from Chromia and BUSD. So it was providing liquidity, farming 50-50. And you can see up here, harvest all there was $327 there to collect. So again, you go in, connect it to the BS Binance Smart Chain wallet, just like it's like a MetaMask, but for Binance Smart Chain. So we went in there first, harvesting. This was also going on for 6 months. So for 6 months, we were providing liquidity, Chromia, and BUSD. So what I did was, they have actually been harvesting on a monthly basis, but since it's a 6-month period that we started, and I now removed the liquidity. And the reason why I removed the liquidity, I will explain that in a bit, is because I think you average in, even when the markets go down, is a good way to average in. Anyway, everything goes quick, so we've got the rewards, and then it is, of course, if you have provided liquidity, if you get rusty, it's always important that, because now you got the liquidity tokens, but you also need to not only unstake, but also remove your liquidity token so that you get 50-50, individual tokens back. Anyway, as you can see, it goes pretty quick, and I'm happy that, it's a screen recorded, and I have to admit I did it 3 days ago because I thought I would do this stream here 3 days ago. But nevertheless, I think you get the point. So there we did everything that was, so you have to go in, liquidity. So you can see it shows that you have your pair, BUSD, Chromia. You go in there, and then you want to remove. It asks you how much you want to remove. You put max, that's what I did, at least in that case. Remove, confirm, it goes super quick. And now we then, have our we have your BUSD and Chromia in our wallet. And I want to go through the numbers here with you. And because I have them here. If there's any questions, let me know. It can be complicated, it can also be boring, but money is money. Making money is never boring. So first here, what I want to show was when we were just staking cake individually, right? There's no providing liquidity. So here you can see on July the 12th, 2022, we provided 3,212 cakes. We locked them in for 6 months, and then we received 4,152 cakes, which means that was a profit of 940 cakes, I think, on an annual basis, or whatever, 29% or something like that. Not the worst. It was good for 6 months, I guess. So that would mean that the 900 so actually it's it's not in 1 month, right? This is the rewards for 6 months in this position. I hope that's clear. 940 cakes times 3.29. What is? But I think maybe cake could be a little higher today, right? But let's just go in and see. Yeah, cake is at 3.39, so there's no difference there. But really, but that means that it was still $3,092 worth of cake rewards, right? Now, just interesting if so. I will hold on for these 4,152 cakes for Betty, and should they get to all-time high again at $44, and that position would be worth $182,000. $8,000. Let's move on to Chromia. I like it. Cash cats. My cake is locked till September. So you took a long, very well. Good done. Yeah, this time of year is not bad, not bad. So now I want to elaborate on how we did the farming. So it was done on PancakeSwap, obviously. And also July the 12th provided 50% of Chromia tokens and 50% of BUSD stablecoin, right? So it was an altcoin stablecoin position. You can pay attention if you want. So it was 13,519 BUSD and 79,000 Chromia coins, tokens. On January the 6th, we then had only 11,202 BUSD. So we lost there, as you can see, a little bit more than 2,000. But our position in Chromia had increased from 78,000 to 99,000. So that means, in reality, let's go here to the, let's see here the next slide. So as you can see here on the left, these are the Chromia. So we increased our position by 20,000 Chromia tokens. Cannot say lost, but we had 2,317 BUSD less, right? So that's how that goes, right? And this is what I wanted to point out. That's why I like staking. I like farming, yeah? I like providing liquidity when the market goes down. Because it's kind of like you are averaging in to that altcoin that's going down. So it's like you don't even have to do much. You just have to provide liquidity, obviously on a safe platform, where where hopefully your coins are going to be when you come back. But and then while the market is going down, you're just increasing your altcoin position. A little bit more for the right pocket, a little bit more for the left pocket, and a few more for the back pocket. And obviously the plan was to, I'm happy in this case to that we have less BUSD, right? Now, as I think we could be, around, I think now is I think the chances that we're going to see the altcoin or the crypto market go up are higher, I feel, than going down, which is why I'm exiting this liquidity position. So we can see that the extra amount of, so you can say, so we take the $2,300 that we have less, divide them by the 20,000 Chromia tokens. So that means we roughly, if I calculated that right, got in on average, we add these 20,000 Chromia at 0.11. Now I want to jump, and then of course we made farming profit by just by providing liquidity. You also of course need to get some APR, APY, call them whatever you want. And in those 6 months we made 600 cakes, and we took the profit here for December, and this has been a 6 month locked. I mean, it was not locked, but I kept it there just like the cakes there, right? So those 600 cakes, they times 3.28 equal around 1,968 BUSD. So the question is, I guess, that everybody should ask, and now we go to our whiteboard calculator, right, where we can calculate impermanent loss or not. And I wanted to go through that with you. So you can see here on the left, we have Chromia, right? So in the beginning, 6 months ago, we had 78,000 Chromia tokens, and we had 13,519 BUSD. This means that we had totally invested 6 months ago 27,000, right? 50% BUSD, 50% Chromia. Now, from 6 months ago to now, Chromia went down 33%. What a shit show, but that happened, right? So obviously, what we want to now, what is the impermanent loss? Because sometimes, even for me and for Betty, when I do it with her positions, it's easier, it's your money, her money. She understands it better, right? So as we know, in these 6 months, obviously the BUSD, thank God, did not lose any value, still $1 to $1, but Chromia went down 33%. So That means that 6 months later, as you can see, instead of 78,000 Chromia tokens and 13,000, we now have 90. What is it here? No, there's a little bit. 97,000. Yeah, 97,153 Chromia and only 11,000 BUSD. Now, actually, the total value is 22,131. Whereas when we started, it was 27. So we lost 6,000 on the market downturn, right? 33% lost in Chromia. But I guess what is really important here to figure out, what would you have lost if you would have hodled, right? And this is here we can see, so the hodl value would be 22,576. So if we compare as today, so here we can see the total value invested in the liquidity pool is now 22,131. And if we would have just held, well then we would have had $400 more, right? So the impermanent loss is 1.97%, right? So it's not so then you would say, now I'm going to ask you quickly, what would you prefer still? You got them right. You would prefer to have provided liquidity, because remember down here, the farming profit, right? We also received rewards, APR, APY, call them whatever you want, but they were on top. And this is what the whiteboard calculator, of course, doesn't calculate, because, somewhere you get 20. It just calculates the impermanent loss versus providing liquidity and hodling. But in this case, we received 600 cakes, times 3.28, 1,968. Which if we would have just hodled, our position would be worth 22,576. But now it is these 1,968 plus 22,131. So that means we actually completely outperform the hodl strategy. And I'm happy that we also averaged in. But what I did now, as I said, I sold them. And now we're holding BUSD and Chromia. I hope that made sense. Raymond, how are you doing, my good dear friend? Okay, so let's move on to the next example that we did, and that is synthetics. And synthetics is a bit more difficult, because there you really have to be on it, and you have to do it weekly. And you also, that is not the easiest, I have to admit, but very profitable, I find until now. So let's continue here. Yeah, move on, and then go to synthetics. There we go. So with synthetics, we will go through that in a bit. And that is actually an important part of it. So you go in, they have 361 million in total value. And why synthetics? Well, it's just great. Go to staking, and then it opens up. You got to connect, obviously, your MetaMask, which I did. Betty giving me the password to all that. She's a lovely, lovely one, I have to say. Anyway, when you're in there, this is where you have to, where I'm not going to go too much into this, but you can see up there, right up there, way over there, you can see 404. And that is the collateral, I can never say that, collateralization ratio health. You see, when you stake, when you stake your synthetics, then you also mint SUSD. And you always have to make sure that you are above a certain ratio with them. So if the price drops, well, then you gotta buy either more synthetics, or you gotta burn your minted SUSD. But the thing is, you gotta kind of be on top of it yourself. And sometimes they change the rules. Obviously they do give notice. But if you if you just go on vacation, or you just look at your portfolio once a month, now then it's not for you, because also you get rewards once a week. And in December, I actually forgot once to collect. It's very important. However, when they change it, you see now they have increased the health ratio to 400. I think before it was, I don't know, 350 or something. It was it was higher, and then they made it lower. Anyway, you needed to have more collateral. And when they did that, I mean, I was lucky, to see that one day before. So I understood, okay, I need to buy more synthetics in order to increase my my health ratio. However, it was clear that many people either did not pay attention to it or did not have the money to buy more synthetics. So what synthetics, or the protocol, what they do is that everyone that basically got leveraged out or closed down, or the position got closed, they would then take those synthetics and share them among others, which was Betty in that case. And this is why the position of synthetics for December should only have been should only have been around $2,000, but now she got around 5. So anyway, so yeah, here we go. So you always got, you have to go there once per week. And you can go there, and then you can, you can maintain. This is where that would be too, how to say, too much to explain that. I think I already did. Okay, so claim your rewards, and this is where I was surprised twice in the month of December that on the first line, yeah, there you got your synthetics that you can claim. This is your weekly reward. But then you can see here on the second line, you got the liquidation rewards. Now, they're not being displayed in the lifetime rewards, funny enough. But yeah, here it's 261. It was only around $400 or $500. But, a week or 2 weeks prior, it was almost like 15 or something, $1,500. So not bad. Happy New Year to you, John Jones. Anyway, so they've also made what I like. They've made the interface, or the user experience better. Sexy looking is it now, and it's easier to navigate around. And you can also do it on, I do it on Ethereum, but you can also do it on I think it's Optimism or Arbitrum or something. Polygon. I mean, we gotta make an investigation on that. Anyway, I did this here prior, so it's a screen recording, but I did it all because otherwise, when I do it live, then I mess up. So I just wanted to show how these things. So for synthetics, this is something that has to be done on a weekly basis. But sometimes good news, and sometimes a bit of shit news if you have to increase your position and don't have cash available. Yeah. So and then of course you can go into view. I did tell you. Yeah, so this is about the synthetics. So let's go here, not to waste too much time. Because I wanted to, yeah, I think this becomes too complicated to go through through Betty's wallet. But before we jump into Karura, then as you can see here, so what it was here in the month of December. Actually, as you can see here, I should have claimed 4 times, but I forgot once. So each week it was around between $300 and $500. Sometimes, obviously, depending on the price, right? But the liquidation rewards were really what made it great in the month of December. So that alone made around $2,655. So when we added that all together, the weekly rewards plus those 2 liquidation rewards all together, the month of December was 4,776. And yeah, so that was good. It is maybe worth mentioning that I will hold on to there's another thing. When you get your weekly staking rewards from synthetics, then you have a vesting period of a year. Now the liquidation rewards that we received, you can basically sell them right away, so there's no lockup there. Yeah, so if we're going to hold on to December's rewards from synthetics, and should synthetics go to its previous all-time high, then that month's reward would equal 75,992 just in December rewards from synthetics. So I don't know, would you hold or not? Let me know. Okay, so now we came to the last Karura, which was, you know, not so much, but I just thought I wanted to add that also. So even though there was something, and I didn't have time really to check up on that here with Karura, where we go into Karura. And so I went in there, and then we have provided, I think we have also showed this some other streams. But everywhere in the reward section here, APR, we could see nothing. So these must be pools that have been closed down. I tried to look it up. I couldn't really find anything. But nevertheless, so what I did there was to claim, of course, all the rewards, and the rewards for December, they were not so great, around $540. But what is really nice here with the Karura is the interface, right? And if you don't like it dark like me here, you can also make it sunny, you know, sunny side up. But it is, I have to say, it's super friendly once you can navigate around there a little bit, and it's super quick. I mean, this is a quick Zilla, right? So they collected all the rewards, and then what I then did is then I thought it was time, since the APR is of 0. Well, then I guess it's time to exit those pools. And you can see we were in 3 pools, and in one we 3.6% was the share of the liquidity pool. I mean, I guess for we're not very big, but still, right? Just Betty in one little pool there, and which is Karura AUSD, right? Karura AUSD 3.6% Betty held. So she said, this is enough. Gotta get out. Just remember, everything I say and do here is not financial advice. Remember that. That's very important, right? Yeah, while we're doing here. So as you can see, I'm just going through, and sometimes it can be, the only thing here maybe that was tricky was once I've claimed all the rewards and I had unstaked the positions, then I just had to find where to how do you say, to get the liquidity tokens into normal coins, right? To remove my liquidity tokens. So anyway, so we were done. Yeah, I think we got them all out here. Yeah, and I'm actually, even this little screen recording that I have here behind me, I actually have increased the speed ×2. It's just so you can see there are some things that has to be done every time, right? I mean, some clicks here and there. So when you wanna get rid of your liquidity tokens, but you can always go back to the dashboard, and it is very, very user friendly, and you have a good overview with Karura, which is also then of course Akala. So then when you want to get rid of your liquidity tokens, you don't go to liquidity. I think you don't go to liquidity staking, you go to earn, right? So yeah. No, swap, that's where you go. Then you go to liquidity, and then you go withdraw liquidity. And then it pops up another window and exactly shows you the positions that you have. And so, no, it's lovely, user friendly, and good. I think you get the point there of what we did there, right? So when we go back here, so from Karura, even though we only got 500, so this is what we got in today's value, right? 4,700 from synthetics, $537 from Karura, 5,060 cake rewards. And I just like to play with this a little bit, right? So even here in this case with Karura, should it go up to its all-time high, then it would be $11,656. I hope you know that I'm not pointing this out because I want to brag about Betty, right? I'm really just trying to, share how I do the portfolio for Betty, and how, even though we are in a bear market and it may not seem so or look so super sexy, if these coins, these protocols are going to reach the previous all-time highs, or even beyond that, then it might not look so much today, but maybe tomorrow or in the end of 2023, we might all be laughing all the way to the bank together. Anyway, let's go and see if anybody in the chat, and then it's time to move on to dinner. So there we go. Let me see. Yeah, but we still got 19 concurrent viewers. What do you say, Michael? Interesting, but apparently not everyone like Mondays, and educate yourself. And Monday is, yeah, actually we should call, I like that. We should call it Monday, Educational Monday. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. Kyling, go up or go zero? Well, unless something that I haven't followed here in the past few days, then I am, I'm like before, a big fan of Kyling. And I hope, guys, I always try to make these streams a little different. I really do try to share and provide value, right? Because I think there's some good YouTubers out there that really provide good market analysis. I love Ivan on Tech, for example. He's great. I laugh a lot, love it. And I just feel that sometimes, of course, it may be a little heavy, but all these things here that I'm showing, and I'm still not always doing, super on top of them, but it took a long time for me to learn. But I have to say, it has been quite profitable. Hey, I love you, Mark. Bought some Kyling last week. Congratulations to you. I mean, that's great. I mean, I do think Kyling. However, what I also, if we are going to see the market turn around, I still believe that you should concentrate more on the top. It depends how big your portfolio is, right? It depends how big your portfolio is. It's also good to see Solana moving, right? Wow. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I love you so much, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. And if not, then the day after. And if not, then just call me, yeah? And then we have a little chit-chat together, and then if there's any questions, we can sort them out together. Stay strong, and yeah, that's it. Stay strong, and I love you. Take care. Bye.
You know who has a plan B? The people that lose. That's a fact. The people who go all in. The people who burn the ships and leave themselves no other option but success. Those people are dedicating all their skills, all their resources, all their energy into producing a specific outcome. And if you're competing against someone who's going all in with every resource they have, and you're only going half in because you're half in and you're half out, guess what? You're gonna lose. So you guys out there with your plan B mentality, you need to take that and set it on fire, because all it's gonna get you is more of what you already have. Every single person that wins big, every single person that you look at, every single person that you're inspired by, every single person that you aspire to be like, they only have one plan, and that is they are gonna win or they are gonna die trying. All these people out there talking about, oh, well, if that doesn't work out, I'll just go back to this. Whatever this is, which happens to be their miserable life they have now, those people always lose.
What's the most important key to success? I think it's hunger. It's not getting satisfied. What matters is hunger. A hunger that doesn't go, a hunger to learn, a hunger to grow, a hunger to serve, a hunger to give, a hunger to create breakthroughs.
Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 100. Somebody said yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you gonna do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140. But I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to wait.
You gotta talk like you got power even when you've been through shame. You gotta talk like you got power even when you've made mistakes. You gotta talk like you're getting up even though your bones are still in the valley. You gotta talk like you're going somewhere.
You have to take the hand you've been dealt and make the most of it. Nothing that's happened to you has stopped your destiny. Don't let one bad break, one injustice, one difficult season cause you to be sour. When we go through loss, things we don't understand, that victim mentality will always come knocking at the door. Instead of having a victim mentality, switch over to a victor mentality. That bad break is not how your story ends. The loss, the sickness, the injustice is not going to limit the rest of your life. You didn't like it, but what you can't see is it set you up for double.